Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to keep this short and snappy, take a look at a few macro events around the world and some key important indicators, as well as just a couple of ASX stocks, see what's happening in the short term and the near term. We're going to take a look at the Japanese bond 10-year yield. You're probably wondering, well, why do I care about the Japanese market? Well, you probably don't, but keep in mind the yen carry trade can be a catalyst in the future, especially when we get near 2.5%. Now, if you remember the yen carry trade from a couple of years ago, the market panicked because the bonds were pumping and there was an unexpected rate rise in Japan, which caused a massive flush, a massive sell down as the rates rose. And basically, the concern is that may happen again with the yen carry trade. Basically, a sharp rise in this, the Japanese 10-year government bond yield, usually indicates higher borrowing costs in the yen, which erodes the profitability of the yen carry trade, which narrows the interest rate differential with higher yielding assets abroad, such as US treasuries. Now, keep in mind that we have the US 10-year, so if the US 10-year also rallies alongside it, the difference between the yen and the US dollar is just basically negated. Keep in mind there is also USD JPY, so the US dollar against the yen. Now, if this has a sharp drop and the US Japanese bonds rise at the same time, you're looking at a potentially massive unwinding of assets from the US market. So looking at a really sharp drop, because basically what's happening is people are using the yen currency because it's so cheap with low interest rates and just putting it in the US markets. I believe there's over $1 trillion in that carry trade. So that is something worth watching. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying I look at it every day. I'm interested. Is the US dollar, is the US yen selling off? And what's happening with the Japanese bond yields every day, as well as the US bond yields. Just sort of keeping an eye on it and seeing if there's going to be some market panic in that regard. Now, if there is market panic, which, well, we'll see tonight because it is Tuesday. Last night was a public holiday for the US markets. We have Fortescue Metals as a potential stock to short during this kerfuffle between EU and the US. We're also going to take a look at, we have GAL. Now, I only noticed this one today because it was pointed out. I was wondering why it could have been moving. Had a breakout, caught the breakout. We're going to take a look at the 5-minute chart intraday. Hit VWAP, got it, looks beautiful. Of course, I got some on the way up as well and some on the way down. Holding a nice parcel. I was intended on holding this above 27 cents if it closed above 27. Closed at 28, which is nice. Gives it a nice sort of rally, pullback, and rallying into close is always a good thing. And the reason for this is this company has had air core drills a couple of months ago, and they just did I believe it's a 2,000 meter campaign, a diamond drill core campaign for basically extended drilling, just to see what the results are for that. And that should be due any time in the next week or so. I believe it takes about 6 to 8 weeks for assays to be provided. So we got a nice buy the rumor, sell the news event. It'll just be perfect if news comes out tomorrow or the pump continues. Obviously, there's a bit of a level here at 30 cents. We also have LYC. LYC is quite interesting because of the China controls. You know, this has been a story ever since 7th of January, where China's putting controls on Japan for its rare earths. And of course, LYC rallies because who else? Well, I think it's pretty much the largest producer of rare earths outside of China. So, you know, any bad news out of China and its willingness to share rare earths is always good for LYC or Linus. Someone I know who I respect very much is saying that LYC is a short. His trigger, I believe, was on this day or this day. So he's short and I'm long since this pullback here. I thought this was a perfect pullback. Rally, couple of days pullback. I caught this level here and it's been going quite nice. This is kind of like an add-on point for me, around just above $15. I haven't added on yet. I was waiting for it to get a couple of cents cheaper. Maybe 15.09 would probably be the lowest I'd be willing to go, and that'd be like an add-on there and see how it goes. There is a bunch of news coming out every day with US and rare earths and their investments for billions of dollars and are. It's just basically positive sentiment for rare earths, and we can see that in the REMX, which is the rare earth ETF. And you see it's just absolutely stonking. It's doing really well. And LYC kind of hasn't followed through with this move, which is okay because it probably did overshoot on that move to $20, $22. So hopefully I'm looking for a move back into high teens, low 20s in maybe 3 months or so, within sort of a 3 to 4 month period. Obviously, assuming that, you know, there's going to be a continuous news flow, positive sentiment, and all that sort of stuff. So that is just a brief rundown of what's been happening. And if you guys aren't part of the Discord community, please see the description below and feel free to join. All right, guys, catch you in the next one. Peace.